Hi there, it's Stephen from Midlothian Ecotherapy here for Health All Round as part of the Ecotherapy video course. So if you did last week's tasks, you will have got creative with story, and if you did invent any little story and you would like to share it with us, it would be really lovely to hear that. No pressure, you don't have to have written a masterpiece or even written anything down, just any ideas you came up with or little characters you'd like to tell us about. That would be lovely. So following on from the theme, I want to give you a little task that will start indoors and I want you to then take it outdoors. So I want you to, following on from the idea of myth and fairy tales and folk tales we were doing last week, investigate for local folk tales specific to your area. So if you're in a specific district in Edinburgh or out in the Lothians, really get your search engine out and investigate and look for folk tales, fairy tales, myths, legends, anything that's associated with the place where you are. If you're struggling to find something that specific, you know, you can go a bit wider, go for an Edinburgh-based one or a Lothian-based one. There's loads in the Edinburgh and Lothians. It's a place full of myth and folklore, and a lot of it is related to nature and the weather and what's going on around us. So when you've done that, I hope that will give you a nice insight and sense into the history and the way people thought in your area as times, you know, what times went on, and see if you can find how nature has inspired these myths and how it's inspired these ideas. It's very often fairy tales, folk tales and myths talk about exactly what's going on around us, but just in metaphor and in different ways. So go for some walks afterwards and look to see if you can find the inspiration behind that myth or links to it, and revisit it, imagine it, bring it to life in your mind, and try to imagine how must it have been to have taken those stories for, you know, for literal truth, and how would that feel, you know, if you walked around in the landscape and believed that some of these things literally did happen. Some of them might have done, depending on what you're looking into, and explore that as well. But even if it's a really far out mythological tale, just try and get in the mindset of the landscape, and sometimes it can really help you understand where you live and on a different level. So that's task one. Task two is inspired by something Maysoon from Health All Round was telling me that she was doing, and I thought I would expand on it a little bit. So Maysoon told me about this lovely thing she's doing, where she's spotting little white flowers when she goes out and looking out for it. And I've been meaning to work with colour for a while, so what I want you to do on every walk this week is to pick a different colour each day and really focus on it for a good 10 to 20 minutes on your walk. So don't pick the obvious one. Like if I was here, I wouldn't pick green because it's too obvious, but any other colour is going to be interesting, and it makes me look for new things. So if I pick here, for example, silver, there's this kind of silver glistening in the water, some silver branches. You can see a few things in the far off distance, mostly trees, but it's actually, again, like it's something that I hadn't looked at yet as I've been sat here. And see how when you interrupt your typical mind process, how your mind wants to look at all the same things on every walk that you go on. But when you invite yourself to look specifically for a new colour, see what other things you happen to come across, see what new things you can see on places that you've been. And again, like the other tasks, if you're shielding and you can only do stuff from home, try these from your window, and you can certainly do research on the local folk tales from home and take in the scenery from outside, open the window and get a sense of being outside, and spot out for different colours from different windows and see what you can do. And if you want to share your experiences with us, please do. Email us through the website or post on Facebook where the videos are being posted. So that's this week. It should be enough to keep you busy. Thanks very much, and I hope you are all doing well. And if you need any support at all at the moment, if you're struggling in any way mentally, and you know, or even if you just need some little bit of emotional support, you need to reach out, get in touch with Health All Round through the website. We've got loads of stuff going on to support you at the moment, so do keep in touch and take care. Bye bye.